What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Seth the Lawn Surgeon, and you already know what time it is. Tipsy Talk. What's going on, peoples? I'm back. This is a follow-up Tipsy Talk to my last Tipsy Talk, which I did a couple of weeks ago, talking about whether or not you should raise your prices. And this Tipsy Talk is about to be totally different. If y'all saw my last video, my Jobber Tip of the Month, I talked about how I was thinking about turning my Tipsy Talk into a podcast. Make sure you leave comments in the comment section and give me a thumbs up if you think this is something I should do, because I'm still doing it. my thing was always I didn't want to have to do two different things. You know what I mean? I already had my Tipsy Talk going on. I didn't want to do my podcast. So my Tipsy Talk will essentially be audio versions. My podcast will essentially be audio versions of my Tipsy Talk. And then I'm thinking about actually doing bonus Tipsy Talks strictly for the podcast, just to give extra content over there. So the biggest difference with my Tipsy Talk is gonna be formatted. I'm gonna try to do this thing, and I hate writing stuff down. I got all these notes right here sitting in front of me, because I just like getting on here, getting a drink, and just going off the wall. And I feel like when I do formatted Tipsy Talks, it's broken up, it's segmented. And so I actually did try to do this Tipsy Talk already last week. That's why I didn't post a video last week, and it turned out horrible. Trash. But anyway, so like I said, every Tipsy Talk, the way this new Tipsy Talk is gonna be, every Tipsy Talk, I'm going to have 4 sections, right? I'm gonna have a fun fact. Fun fact is something that you might not know about me, or you might have always wondered, and I'll give you that. The Tipsy topic is going to be the main chunk of what I'm gonna talk about in the Tipsy Talk. Drunk drama is gonna be something that, you know, it might be something in the news or something in the industry that is kind of over. People like to be dramatic a lot, so yeah. Then we got Long Island iced tea. This could be anything I heard in the news that was interesting, from lawn care to alcohol, because it is a Tipsy Talk, to, you know, equipment, anything, sports, whatever. So I'm gonna break it down in those segments, so let's see how this goes. Alright, starting it off with fun fact. I do not review my Tipsy Talks. like I told y'all, I did this Tipsy Talk last week, and I didn't even look at it because I knew it was horrible. But in general, I don't even look at my Tipsy Talks. I will literally record it, and I've done this so many times that, like, even if I can't even remember half of the stuff I said, I trust myself to not have said anything too stupid. And if I did, I'll try to like make a mental note, oh, I gotta go edit that out, because I have said some stuff that I had to go back and edit out. It wasn't nothing crazy, it was just something that might have been a little, you know, edgy or whatever. So yeah, fun fact. Now we're gonna get into the Tipsy topic, which is the continuation of should you raise your prices? When I talked about it last week, you can check it out in my last Tipsy Talk. I wanted to go into more detail, but like I said, I don't really review my Tipsy Talks, so, and I don't take notes, so it was a couple of points I wanted to get to. I'm gonna start this off like this, right? This is chess, not checkers. It's chess, not checkers. A lot of people talk about, oh, you know, the cost of having better equipment, I gotta raise my prices. The cost of inflation, I gotta raise my prices and stuff. So you go to the customer and you raise your price, and if the customer's fine with it, you keep the customer. If they're not, you lose the customer, right? But in my eyes, there are ways to make more profit without actually raising your prices. If you're at a point where you feel like that price that you're giving the customers is a good price, but you don't want to raise the price because you don't want to risk losing them, figure out how to become more efficient, right? And I gotta remember that. Let me write that down. See, I've told y'all, I'm gonna be the most professional tipsy talker that y'all have ever seen. But first, I'm gonna talk about McDonald's, right? Y'all remember, if y'all saw my last tipsy talk, y'all remember I was talking about the comparison of Five Guys and McDonald's, right? And I'm gonna tell y'all, right, y'all, I know y'all probably still wondering, Seth, why are you building your business after McDonald's? McDonald's is freaking ingenious, bro. McDonald's has found so many ways. McDonald's has the driest, worst burgers ever, but people still go there on a regular basis. My daughter consistently every week asks for a Happy Meal. Every week. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, you know. And it's like, it's because they're ingenious, bro. They're marketing geniuses. And they find ways to make more money without raising prices. So like, I used to work at McDonald's my senior year, right? In my senior year in high school, I saw so many things, and it was like crazy. Like, I guess, and this is so crazy, back then I never thought of myself of having a business, but I guess I was business minded because I was noticing these things. One thing that I noticed was, I used to love milkshakes, vanilla milkshakes. I used to always come and I'd get a vanilla milkshake. It was always $1.06. I would get it, boom, boom, boom. So then McDonald's did a triple thick milkshake, which, mind you, the way they do their milkshake is like this big pouch of milk. And we had to pour it in the top of the milkshake machine. When they switched to triple thick milkshakes, it was just a different pouch of milk. It looked exactly the same. You pour it in there, but when it comes out the machine, it was thicker, you know. And I guess it was going through a phase of where people were liking thicker milkshakes. You know, they didn't want the thin milkshakes, they want a thicker milkshake. So this recipe that they had in this new pouch gave a thicker recipe. With that, all the prices of the milkshakes went up. So I went from paying, I never forget, I went from paying $1.06 to $1.66 for a small vanilla milkshake, right? Stayed like that for months. I think it was a little less than a year, maybe a year. Eventually, they went back to the regular recipe. So we started, instead of the triple thick pouch, we went back to the regular pouch. And then they stopped promoting triple thick milkshakes. But guess what they didn't go back to? The original price. So, and you might think of, oh, Seth, well, that's just what, 50 cents. It's just 50 cents. think of how many milkshakes that McDonald's sells a year. And I'm saying the price went up 50 cents on the small, the medium, the large, whatever milkshake you got, the price went up. So they flashed that triple thick in your face. Pause. And then they went back to the regular recipe. Whoa. Whoa. I might have to make a mental note to edit that out, bro. That was a little much. Yeah. But y'all get what I'm saying. That they was just making money. Another thing I remember is they had this sandwich called the Big and Tasty. If y'all old school, y'all remember that Big and Tasty, bro. And I was working in the back making the sandwiches back then. I used to love being in the back making the sandwiches. And they said, oh, we got a new sandwich, Big and Tasty. I said, okay. All they did with the Big and Tasty, bro. Let me. The quarter pounder was cheese. Was the bun, I think 2 pieces of cheese, the meat, and onions, pickles, ketchup, mustard. That's all the quarter pounder was. They literally changed the bun and added lettuce and tomatoes. It was the same patty. We used the same patty for the quarter pounder that we used for the Big and Tasty. And we just put it on a new bun, added lettuce and tomato. And that's the Big and Tasty. And they were charging people an extra $1 for it, $1 more for that. Than the quarter pounder. And I couldn't believe it. People was coming in them, tearing them Big and Tasties up. And I'm like, bruh. That's crazy. Fries. That was crazy. If people remember back in the day, McDonald's, right? They used to when you got a combo, it used to come with a medium fry. The medium they had the small, which was the paper one, a square paper one. Then they had the medium size. No way. Yeah. They had the paper one. Then they had a small, which was a carton. Then they had the medium carton. Then they had the large. Then they had the super size. So I never forget. They added the $1 fry. I started working there before they had the $1 menu. Then while I was working there, they added the $1 menu. And so now they had the $1 fry. So we had like so many different fries. We had the paper, small, medium, $1, large, supersize. So then they took away the supersize fries because I guess people was complaining there was too much calories or too much salt. They took away that. And then they took away the medium fry. And I know you're like, well, I thought they were using the medium fry for the combos. They were. They just started putting the $1 fry with the combos. Do you think they changed the price? No. They just kept the same price. And people didn't even know that they get like less fries because the cartons look exactly the same. It's just one smaller. And they did the same thing with Happy Meals. They used to have this bigger paper one. Now they make this little mini carton for my daughter's Happy Meals. That's like literally like 5 French fries in the thing. You think they changed the price of the Happy Meal? No. They didn't change the price of the Happy Meal. The nuggets. See, I'm glad I got these notes, bro. See, I'm a professional now, bro. I'm gonna be a podcaster, bro. So, when they made the $1 menu, right? I'm telling you all McDonald's secrets, bro. I got so many. When they made the $1 menu, right? They put the 4-piece on it. People used to come in and killing them 4-piece. Oh, let me get about 3-4 pieces, blah, 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 blah. So, the 4-piece was $1, right? And the 6-piece was $2.99. So I'm at work one day, people ordering, yeah, can I get a 6-piece and blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting there like, 6-piece? So you're paying $3 for 6 nuggets, and you can get 2 4-pieces, which is 8 nuggets for $2. And people was still buying the 6-piece. And I know I caused McDonald's lose so much money because every time somebody did that, I'm like, you know, the 4-piece is $1. You could get 8 nuggets. I was trying to look out for people. People buying them 6. I'm like, the 6-piece was purposeless. I'm like, why are you paying $3 for 6 nuggets? You could get 8 for 2. Hustling, right? And so, with all that being said, like I said about raising your prices, I implemented all those things I saw with McDonald's into my business, right? A lot of us, when we are ready to make more money, we've gotten to a point where we got enough customers and we're ready to upgrade our business, you think that I have to do something to make more money. I have to buy better equipment. I have to buy more equipment. I have to raise my prices, but that's not necessarily true. And that's why I spent all that time explaining to you about McDonald's. McDonald's wasn't spending more money. They were just using what they had. Another thing, I forgot all about that. The snack wrap. The snack wrap. So McDonald's had a breakfast burrito already. They always had the breakfast burrito. Then they decided that they want to give people the snack wrap. So they literally took the tortilla from the breakfast burrito. They cut up some grilled chicken or crispy chicken, put some lettuce, some ranch, some cheese, wrapped it up, snack wrap. Now they got a whole new product from stuff that they already had. And so that's what you have to do with your business. You don't have to raise your prices to make more money. Use what you have to make more money. Example I have, right? When you first start cutting, you might have a push mower or a cheaper mower that's slow or whatever, and this might be taking you an hour to cut a yard, right? It's taking you a whole hour, and eventually over time, if you're really into your business and growing it, you can get to the point where you're cutting that yard in 30 minutes. Like I got to the point where yards I used to cut in an hour, I'm cutting in like 20 minutes. I'm boom, 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 20, 25 minutes, I'm in and out. With that being said, like I said, I got to that point of where I felt my price was good, but now I'm cutting it in less than half the time it used to take me to cut. So theoretically, I'm making more money. You get what I'm saying? I found a way to make myself more efficient. And that's the note I wrote down right here, is my walk behind. When I first started off, I was so keen in wanting to leave a fantastic product, which I still am. I'm not saying that I don't. I was so keen to leave a fantastic product, finished product, that I would use my walk behind, which at first was my push mower. I would use my push mower to cut somebody's front yard because it was a mulch mower. It leaves a nice, smooth, crispy surface. And then I use my zero turn, my Troy Bilt, to cut the backyard. Eventually that upgraded to my Toro Walk Behind T-bar for the front yards, and then my Gravely ProTurn for the backyards. It was the same process, right? I realized, like I said, it was taking me an hour to cut these yards because I was walking the front. I had to switch mowers, mow the back, then I had to trim and I had to blow. So, if at all possible, I went strictly 0 turn. 0 turn front yard, 0 turn backyard, boom, boom, boom. And so, but it took me, you know, I couldn't just do it off the back. I had to gain the skills because it's flower beds and stuff in the front, and you don't want to blow grass in there. And so that's why I'm thinking about getting a grass flap and doing some upgrades to my mower to make it even more efficient in using it for front yards. But yeah, that made me more efficient. Another area that you could become more efficient without raising your prices and make more money, offer more of your services. A lot of people see other people doing different services and they making lots of money doing those services, hardscaping or whatever it be, and you're like, oh man, maybe I should get into hardscaping. So now you try to get into hardscaping and you realize, oh, I gotta buy this equipment, I gotta buy this equipment. So it's costing you more to even do that, and then you're not even proficient in it because you're new to it. What I always have done is I offer what I have. If I've always had a chainsaw. At first it was a plug-in chainsaw, then there was my home light. Somebody asked me, hey, you trim stuff? Yeah, you know, I got a chainsaw. I was cut down bushes, boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? And also my dethatcher. So I was at a flea market. The tow behind sweeper dethatcher that I have, I got from a flea market for $90. The guy was selling it, and I said, yeah, you know, it was in good condition. I didn't tore it up, but it was in good condition when I bought it. And when customers would come and ask me, do you aerate? I'd be like, nah, I don't aerate. I don't have an aerator. But you know what? The thatching is actually better than aerating. And I would break down to them a couple of points of why the thatching was better than aerating. And in some cases, the thatching is better than aerating. But in actuality, all I had was a dethatcher. So I was just telling them, like, and I'm not telling you to go out here and lie to customers. Like, if it was a situation where they absolutely didn't need the thatching, I wouldn't tell them that. But if it was like a yard that needs the thatching, it's like an already established nice yard, and over the summer, because it grows so fast and so thick, it makes thatch. So those yards technically need dethatching more than they need aerating. So those are the yards. It will get me extra yards and I would make extra money. And so same thing with leaf cleanups. when I first started doing leaf cleanups, I was only charging like $90, you know. This point right here, I actually raised my prices. Technically, I was only charging $90, and this is whole yard leaf cleanups, and that's only because I didn't know the market. I didn't know what I should be charging, right? So, I'll never forget. I think I told this in another video, but I had this customer, and I would cut her grass, right? And once it started getting to the fall, she has a million trees in her yard. Once it started getting to the fall, the leaves would fall. I would come, and I would normally charge her like $55 to cut her grass. Then I would charge her like $80, $90, depending on how many leaves it was. And I would basically do a mow. But I would be there for hours, like 2, 3, 4 hours. I would literally be doing a full leaf cleanup. And she would get me to do this like once a month, you know, October, November, December. And then I didn't know. And then I'm thinking I'm making her yard look good. And then I would come the next season to start mowing again. And all the leaves would be gone. And I'm like, yeah, I did a great job. Come to find out, I was doing my little whatever. Then she would pay somebody $425 to come and do a full cleanup. And she had told me this one time, and I was sitting there saying, I said, what? I'm like, I'm charging $90 to do a full yard cleanup, and you paying somebody else $425? So I said, no, I need to adjust my prices. But in the instance of the saying you were charging somebody like $150 for a leaf cleanup, and it was taking you 3 hours, and then you started getting better equipment, say you got a vacuum or whatever, and now it's only taking you 1 hour because you got a crew with you or whatever, you're not gonna lower your price because it's taking you less time. You can keep that same price because you got more efficient. Now you can this light is annoying me. I don't know why. Because you got more efficient, now you're making more profit. Yeah, so I mean, side note, if y'all wanna know how much I charge for cleanups now, is my hourly rate is $80 now. That's my hourly work rate. So like, I did a job for somebody the other day, and they wanted me to hedge some bushes. It was like two bushes. I hedged 2 bushes, and then I cleaned up the leaves in the yard, and I mowed the yard because I use my lawnmowers to get up the yard. So technically I'm mowing it, but the whole process took 2 hours. So that's $160. And then I hauled away the leaves, which I charge between $40 to $60, depending on how much leaves it is. And then, yeah, so that's pretty much my price. So for a going rate of cleaning up a yard for about 2 hours, if I look at the yard, it's not too bad. I think it's gonna take me 2 hours. We're looking at about $200, right? Now, if it's gonna take 3 hours, we're looking at my $280, because it's gonna be an extra, you know, extra hour, you know, and depending on how much the if it's $60 versus $40, then that'll be $300. So that's how I go with my leaf cleanups. So like I said, this is why I hate writing down stuff for my tips and talk. I feel like I'm all over the place. Another reason why you might not want to consider raising your prices and using the McDonald's business plan versus the Five Guys business plan. McDonald's has different levels of burgers. When you have the Five Guys plan, if y'all didn't watch the last video, the Five Guys plan is they're gonna have that premium service, but it's just one format. It's just that one service or whatever. The McDonald's plan, they offer multiple levels of service, and if you go to McDonald's, they pull you in with that double cheeseburger. You go up to that double cheeseburger on that dollar menu. But then when you get there, you see, oh, wait a minute, they got a Big Mac, they got a Quarter Pounder, they got some other little bacon smoked burger. They got all kinds of other levels of burgers. And so, but they pull you in with that double cheeseburger. You get what I'm saying? So they're able to cater to different levels. Even though Five Guys got that $7, $9 cheeseburger, McDonald's got them a little $5 or $6 cheeseburger. It's not gonna compete, but that same clientele, you know, when they don't feel like paying $9 for their cheeseburger, they'll go into, you know, McDonald's, maybe get their little premium $6 burger or whatever. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you guys right now. All this talking about McDonald's and Five Guys and me boosting up McDonald's business plan got me thinking like, bro, I haven't been to Five Guys in a long time, bro. Maybe I should go to Five Guys. Or maybe I just been drinking and I'm like thinking about something to eat, you know. Oh God. Anywho, I think that's enough of the tipsy topic. Like I said, drunk drama. Like I said, we got the fun facts, we got the tipsy topic. Now we're about to get into drunk drama. Drunk drama. I wrote, stay off my post. And I'm gonna find a way. I am gonna find a way to articulate this as best as possible. My thing is, right, you know how back in the day your mama said, if you don't got nothing nice to say, then don't say nothing at all. That's how I am. You know, I will post things on social media, and particularly what I'm talking about, probably Facebook, and I will see other people post things, and so, you know, I'll see it. If I don't like it, then I just keep scrolling. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people. My thing is like, why are you coming on somebody else's post and saying negative things? You can say your negative things, right? But don't be surprised if I come with the smoke. Like if you have seen when people leave negative stuff on my YouTube and Facebook and stuff, I'm waiting for it, bro. Because my thing is, I respect other people enough not to leave negative stuff on theirs. So when you come to me, it feels like, okay, you don't respect me, because you can come, you can leave a comment on somebody's post without being negative. You can leave a comment on somebody's post without, you know, being demeaning. And so even like, say I leave a post and somebody that's particularly on my side of the debate start posting comments that's like derogatory or just mean, I delete them. Because my thing is like, my intent was never to be derogatory or mean. Everything I post is humorous. If it's humorous against, I post stuff. Like if somebody posts something about the Cowboys that's funny, that's talking about the Cowboys, I'll post it because it's funny, it's clever, it's humorous. But it's a difference between being funny and humorous and just being mean, bro. Like, you know. So I always like to put that point out there every once in a while. If you don't want the smoke, you need to stay off my post. Because I will find a articulate way to smack you in the face. Virtually. Oh, bro. I'm out, bro. So let's get on this last topic, and I'm gonna head to bed. My Long Island iced tea. That's the tea. If y'all don't know what that is, the tea is the scoop or what's going on. The Long Island iced tea is what I saw this week. It's the Crown Royal Cola. If y'all not familiar with Crown Royal is, It's a bourbon. Is it a bourbon? It was in the bourbon whiskey family. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's a nice spirit. And there was this post going around with a Crown Royal cola and then a peach Crown Royal soda. And so I did a little research, come to find out these are real. So, you know, sometimes people post stuff and to be fake. These are real, and they're going to be starting to get sold. I'm not sure exactly what stores they're going to get sold, but they said at the end of the month, which I'm assuming is November, or it could be December. Maybe it's at the end of this year. I don't know, but they are coming soon. They're also going to have an apple. So look out for that. So that is my Long Island iced tea. So I hope this went well. Like I said, I'm going to attempt to put this, I'm gonna edit this, and this is gonna be, I actually, like I said, I posted a Tipsy talk on my SoundCloud last year, and then I'm gonna do the original Tipsy talk to this one, not the original, but the part one. I'm gonna put that on my SoundCloud along with this one, and from this point on, I am going to post all my Tipsy talks on my SoundCloud along with YouTube. And then like I said, you make sure you follow my SoundCloud, because you might get more Tipsy talks in. Like I said, if I get into this podcast thing, I will definitely try to get on more platforms. But I mean, SoundCloud is pretty good. You can always, it'll always be in my description. So if you want to listen to it via on your headset while you're mowing, you can always just come to this video and click the SoundCloud link. So anywho, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, and stay tuned. Yes, sir.